Thanks again for joining me on another episode of MTV, and today we are going to talk about how you get the exterior of your house upgraded and ready for the summer months and to enjoy the external outdoor weather. And I'm going to give you 5 ways of how you need to attend to that, and some of the simple ones are things like cleaning. Okay, as if you've come through those winter months and spring and you've got firstly you've got a whole lot of algae and moss and things growing on either walls or floors outside, you want to give them a pressure clean or use a really good quality outdoor cleaner to kill the spores of that moss so it doesn't regrow and get all that regrowth out. Pulling things like weeds out, doing the gardening, all the stuff that probably doesn't get done in winter. Well, I'll put my hand up because that's what happens around my house. But if you definitely want to upgrade the exterior, the cleaning area is the first one. It makes just a big difference just to trim all that out, get the weeds out, get rid of the moss and growth off of concrete pathways, etc. And then from there you've got the base to start with. The next piece, which a lot of people ask us about painting the exterior, there's so much focus on interior rooms on how to give them an upgrade. Giving the exterior areas a paint, or at least parts of the backyard or external walls, can make a hell of a difference. Gives it a much newer look and feel, and can give it a bit more of an uplift in general, particularly if you want to go with a new colour or a more modern type feel. Or if you've got things like 70s type brickwork, you've got our colour wash you can refer to, which is an alternative to just having to give the brickwork a clean. A colour wash will give you that lime wash effect, and very, very popular at the moment. So these are the sorts of things you can use externally. So if you are going to paint external walls, the one advantage of colour wash is you can go directly over the masonry or the brickwork, and it will keep that effect through the background of the colour. However, if you're going with a traditional pigmented type paint, a new paint on the exterior, firstly you've got to do the right things with timber. Check all the timber surfaces outside that you are going to paint: window sills, posts, poles, door frames, etc., timber eaves. And if you've got any rotted timber, you must address that first, because if you paint over rotted timber, the timber is going to continue to split and rot, and it's only a waste of time and waste of money on your paint. So repair the wood rot first. You might have seen our recent videos on our WoodFix product. Please look at that and you'll see how you can repair your timber surfaces with that first, and then you can prepare the painting from there. Things like weatherboards or masonry surfaces that might have holes in them, you need to address those first, patch them up. It just might need a polyfiller or some sort of putty to ensure that it'll be sealed properly. And if you're going to choose colours, make sure you choose colours that are going to give you the effect that you want. So if you want a large open space, don't go with a dark wall outside, and also the darker type colours, because as you know, they're just going to absorb the heat and the sun, and Australian climate is not ideal for darker walls externally. So try and again, I've mentioned this before, look at things like sample pots. Try the different colours you might want to trial outside, see how it goes with the outdoor furniture, whether you've got pavers or concrete outside, or you might have a paving painted floor, or even tiles, and see how those colours will match and blend with that. That is very, very important. Make a hell of a difference, because it is the primary surface of the wall area that you'll be looking at. Besides cleaning and painting, the third hack is your front door. First impressions when you roll up to the front of a house is the front door and the front yard, and we've spoken to real estate agents before and they've given us great advice on that. Make sure that your front door is looking to reflect on what the rest of the house is going to say. So if it needs to be repainted or sanded and revarnished, or if you've got the frames or the architraves around that, you're looking at all those things to correct and get right first. Things like the door handles. Are they outdated? Is it time to lift? You might have the old brass handles or steel type metal fittings that are no longer what you want. Or it could be just a whole change. You just change and invest in a brand new door. But the front door will make a hell of a difference to the home. And as I said, when you rock up to a new house or you rock up to someone's home, the first thing you'll see is normally the driveway, the letterbox, the front door. That reflects the home, and also for your own self. It's nice to turn up to home and see a front door that you like to enter into. It's got to be welcoming. You get that front door right, everything goes from there. So give that a lot of consideration. Front door is a great hack on how to get the exterior right. The next piece is lighting. The lighting outside can make a hell of a difference, and a lot of people, we talk about this with electrical bills and how expensive it is, but there are a lot of cost-effective solar lights you can use externally now. And so the light that you can use both under the porches or verandas, or the in your landscaping now, is going to be welcoming in terms of how it lights up, how it actually features the wall, whether you might have a newly painted wall outside. Using smart lighting externally at night time can also improve the look of the appearance of that exterior. And make sure that you are looking at lights with styles that are going to reflect the home. So if you've got a retro 70s home, let's say that old brickwork, looking at some sort of trendy Art Deco type light may not fit what you're wanting. Or don't go with that. If you've got a heritage type home, don't go with something that's going to be more designed for an Art Deco type design home. You've got to really think about the different light fittings and what it says, and it's got to be practical. So lighting will make a huge difference to the exterior piece, particularly if you have painted outside or you've done areas up. So give it consideration there. Like I said, you can integrate them into the landscaping or onto the walls themselves. Get a good electrician, talk to them, because I've spoken to my electrician recently. Amazing the actual advice they give you in terms of how you can save money with the various globes and the types of lights you can have on timers, etc., with sensors. So use that to your advantage, and they're also good for security reasons at home at night. And lastly, the last hack obviously is the landscaping. People get caught up in all sorts of plants and ideas, and there's so many programs on TV, and I'm a sucker to this as well with magazines, and you look at the different landscaping designs and go, oh, wow, that looks fantastic, but it's got to suit your home. No good trying to create the Amazon if you don't have a home that's going to suit that. So you might want to integrate things like planter boxes or a fish pond that you want to build in terms of the landscaping, or the types of plants you select and choose. But make sure you are using things that are going to firstly suit the look of the home, particularly at the front. Like we said, front door's a big impression. You want to make sure the landscaping blends in with the look of the home. Secondly, look at things that are low maintenance. You know, no good going with plants and shrubbery and trees and then find that, you know, you're spending 4 to 5 months of the year with just leaves always falling off, or flowers that are just sort of putting crap all over the floor that you've got to clean up. Go with the low maintenance type plants. And also water-wise plants. We're a country with very, very warm and hot conditions, and it's important that you don't go with plants that is going to be constantly requiring water, that are more suitable particularly for areas that might be, if you're in the southern parts of Australia, cities like Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, where we get a lot of dry heat, different selection of plants down here than what you might have up in Queensland, so, and vice versa. So think about that when you're doing your selections. Very, very important. But as you know, the landscaping can make a hell of a difference to the look. It is the finish after you've done all the front with paint, doors, window frames, etc., and you get your lighting right. If you have any questions on asking me or us about exterior hacks, please do so. Get them through to us. We're happy to help. If you've got suggestions on things I've forgotten externally, we'd love to see that. Any before and after shots, please do so. Don't forget to subscribe to Monster Shop on our YouTube channel. Lots of other episodes on MTV there that you can check out, and also our Monster DIY Facebook page on all the latest information on our products and releases, and we've got lots coming your way soon. Thanks again for joining me. See you next time.